So welcome to part two of the videos entitled A Gentle Response. A Gentle Response. So I've been watching different kinds of media, particular Christian media, and it's very disconcerting because instead of providing a voice of peace, a voice of dialogue and conversation, they're joining the fight too. And there are different Christian movements that I study in the past. And at the beginning of those denominations, um, they were peaceful organizations. And somehow they became militarized or militant in some way. So that's very disturbing to me. But I always like, specifically, I grew up in Ohio, and there's a lot of Amish, there's a lot of Mennonites. And there, specifically the Mennonite, have articles in their beliefs and the belief system that speak forward and articulates peaceful communities, that as Christians we are to be a peaceful people, followers of Christ. And so I'm going to show you one article that they have about this. So in Article 22, peace, justice, and not resistance. In there, you're going to find that they are a peaceful people. And that's what I like about them. So you're going to see, we believe that peace is the way of God. God created the world in peace. Led by the Holy Spirit, we follow Christ in the way of peace, doing just and bringing reconciliation. Although God created a peaceful world, humanity chose the way of unrighteousness. The peace of God intends for humanity and creation was revealed most fully in Jesus Christ. As followers of Jesus, and I want to pause here, it says, as followers of Jesus, we participate in his ministry of peace and justice. He has called us to find our blessing in making peace and seeking justice. We do so in a spirit of gentleness, willing to be persecuted for righteousness' sake. This part of their belief or their articles, it's interesting to me because I knew and I have heard some Mennonite presenters on peace. I even belong to what is called Baptist Peace Fellowship. But it's really difficult to practice this peace. So I want us to remind us, as followers of Jesus, we participate in his ministry of peace and justice. He has called us to find our blessing in making peace and seeking justice. We do so in a spirit of gentleness, willing to be persecuted for righteousness' sake. Imagine that. Dying for righteousness' sake, which is a peaceful resolution. There are a lot of, as I mentioned in my first video, there's a lot of tension out there. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of frustration. And we cannot dialogue with people right now, but we must hear their concerns. We must hear where they're coming from. We have to be strategic and minimize that anger, bring it down, For what? So when their fears are calm, we can have this discussion. We can have this dialogue. Otherwise, we won't have a good participation. There, half of the country is angry right now. There's a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, a lot of mistrust. And the other part are scared too. So we must seek peace. As the Mennonite article we read, we must seek that conversation. Otherwise, we won't be doing us a good service. So find somebody that is disturbed of the things that are happening, left or right or whatever they are, and have a conversation with them. Okay, because that's what, if we take what the Mennonite says, we are followers of Christ and we seek peace and justice, and hopefully not because of position A or B will die for it, but because we seek after a peaceful resolution. Okay, be blessed.